Hello there, Jeremy Weiss here with Weiss Tech Hockey, and this is part 3 of our 3-video series that we're creating to kind of get you acquainted and get you started with our drills and skills blog here at weisstechhockey.com. Now, if you haven't already seen parts 1 and 2, I strongly suggest you go back, take a look at those. Part 1 kind of just gives you an overview of what we're trying to do with the site, and then part 2 talks a little bit about making the most out of the site, following along with RSS feeds, getting signed up for our email updates, and just helping you to make sure that you don't miss anything that's going on here at the Drills and Skills blog. Then right now what I wanted to talk to you about is social media. Now, social media is something that's kind of, it's been around for a few years, but it's starting to pick up more steam. And basically, it's a way that, there are a number of different websites out there, but they kind of all revolve around the same concept, which is connecting with people that have similar interests to yours, and sharing information with those people, so that you can all kind of combine the different websites that you're following and the different information that you find on the internet, and hopefully that will create an atmosphere where everybody's gaining more knowledge together. And so that's kind of the whole concept of social media. And what we wanted to do with this blog is incorporate a lot of different elements of social media into the blog, so that way we can keep fostering that community feel, and sharing information, exchanging information, and hopefully create an atmosphere of learning. So let's go ahead. The main social media functions happen on the side nav of the website. So you'll notice here we've got my whiteboard, which is actually the same whiteboard that I use on the ice, and on the whiteboard we've got a number of different sites here. So we've got Flickr, which is basically, and this video is not going to be long enough to be able to get into much depth on any of these sites specifically, but I highly suggest go in and check them out on your own. So Flickr is an online photo sharing website, and so occasionally I'll post photos of different hockey things, or maybe some training that I've been doing, or sometimes it has nothing to do with hockey. But you can go ahead, follow along, check out my Flickr site. Facebook is very common. I'm sure you guys have all heard of Facebook at this point. Basically it's just connecting with people, friends, family members, business associates. There's kind of no limit to who you connect with on Facebook. This link will take you directly to my Facebook page. So go ahead, click it, add me as a friend, and I'll add you back. The YouTube will take you to my YouTube channel, which if you subscribe to that, then you're always updated anytime I post a new YouTube video. So yeah, go ahead, click that one, subscribe to my YouTube feed. And then Twitter is a little bit of a kind of a newer service. It's been around for a few years, but it's starting to pick up steam now. Basically, Twitter is kind of they call it a microblogging site. And my best way of describing it would kind of be a cross between instant messaging and blogging. So it's one of those things where go sign up, get a Twitter account, follow me on Twitter, and then that way anytime, usually if there's ever an update on the website, I'll post it to Twitter. If I ever find a site that I like or a cool video that I like, I'll post it to Twitter. So that way Twitter kind of helps you to keep in touch with people in your network, and you can follow along with what people are talking about. So yeah, go check out Twitter, experiment with it a little bit. Like I said, Twitter's one of these things where I could do numerous videos just on Twitter itself, but obviously we won't have time to really get into it here. So just click the Twitter, sign up, get a Twitter account, and add me as a Twitter friend there. Below this, we've got my Maverick Cup, which also serves as an RSS link, and we talked about that in video 2. And I kind of explained, anybody who knows me very well at all gets a kick out of that graphic there, because usually whenever you see me, I've got my my Diet Mountain Dew from the Maverick gas station here. So anyways, I thought that would be kind of fun to incorporate the RSS thing into that. So that will sign you up to receive our RSS updates. And then we've got a number of hockey pucks over here. Now, the hockey pucks each link to a different social bookmarking site. Now, what social bookmarking is I'm sure you're familiar with bookmarking something in your web browser. If you find a site you like and want to come back to it later, well, this functions pretty much the same way, except that you're bookmarking it online. So that way, anytime that you want to go back and check out a website that you had bookmarked previously, you can do that from whatever computer you want because they're online bookmarking. And the cool thing about this, and the reason why it's social bookmarking, is because other people can also see what you've been bookmarking. So let's say that I find somebody on the Dig website that has a lot of different hockey bookmarks, and I think it's interesting. Some of the bookmarks he's already done have been interesting, and I want to keep up with what he's with what this person's liking. So then I'll subscribe to their Dig account and become friends with them on Dig. So there are a number of different social bookmarking sites. We've got a couple of them listed here with these hockey pucks. So this one's Dig. Right here is Technorati, and that's more social bookmarking to do with blogs. This one is Yahoo's social bookmarking. This one's called StumbleUpon, Furl, and Delicious. Now each of these function fairly similarly to each other, but each of them have a few different features that act in different ways. So each of them is different, and you can kind of pick and choose which ones. So basically, if you like this website and you want to help it kind of travel around the world faster, go ahead and social bookmark the site. It'll help me, and it'll kind of help to get you into that social media kind of mentality there. So that's kind of the main social media of the website. Now if you scroll down, you may have noticed that we've got a friend feed feed reader built right into the blog here. Now what friend feed is social media is such a vast so much different stuff out there, and what friend feed does is it combines it all. So let's say that I've been posting a few things to Twitter, entering a few sites in on Dig, and a few things that I've done on StumbleUpon or whatever I've done on whatever I've done out in the social media atmosphere will be pulled into friend feed. And this works. You obviously have to set up your friend feed account to pull in whatever you want it to pull in. So right here you can see that I've had a few Twitter posts, and then this is I mentioned in video 2 why I like Google Reader, and the reason why I like Google Reader for my RSS feeds is because it's incorporated into friend feed. So Google Reader has a share function where if I like an article that I'm reading on Google Reader, all I do is click share. And if I click share, then that will automatically pull into my friend feed. So here you can see that I shared a Google entry on about Mats Sundin signing with the Canucks. And I did that yesterday. And you can also add a little note with Google Reader. So I just wrote cool. And then here's another Google Reader entry about different Christmas hockey tournaments. So these are really neat ways that you can follow along with what other people are reading or looking at that have similar interests to you. If you really like my friend feed and you want to subscribe to my RSS feed from my friend feed, all you would do is click on the friend feed link there, and it'll pull up here. And then as you can see, there's a feed, an RSS feed associated with my friend feed as well. So you can follow along with anybody who has a friend feed account through your feed reader, whichever one you decide to use. And obviously this is the Google feed reader. So that's the social media aspects of the Drills and Skills blog here at Weiss Tech Hockey. And hopefully this will give you a little bit of an overview. Like I said, there's not enough time to go into much depth on any of these. But go ahead, click through these links, experiment with them, sign up, get a Flickr account, get a Facebook account if you don't already have one, get a YouTube account, and sign up for Twitter and follow along. And that way we can keep fostering that mentality and atmosphere of community here on the blog.